Before you set goals, I want you to think about something. Before you even open the notepad, before you write down, I want X, Y, Z, I want you to think about what will this decision cost me? What's the opportunity cost here? What do I need to sacrifice from a financial perspective, relationship wise, emotional? Because the thing about goals is it's not simply about the outcome, it's actually who you become after you set the goals. And I'll always remember one of my mentors, Gary Cardone. He said to me, in order to really understand something, whether it's an idea you have or a certain goal, you need to spend at least 25 hours studying that. Otherwise, people abandon it. And I was very good at abandoning things back in the day. So back in Australia in around 2011 or whatever it was, I worked for a bankrupt company. And in 2014, I made the decision to leave. And I left the country with absolutely zero to my name, $0, €0, whatever currency you deal in. And I know the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he always talks about $7 to his name. So this is the one time that I can say I beat the Rock. But I did have a bit of a dream to be a football agent. That was really what I wanted to do. And I'd been attending all of these business seminars, and I quickly found out that, okay, if I want to do football agency, I'm going to need a job to sort of support this. So basically, I wanted to work in sales. And I started to do interviews. And unfortunately, a couple of the first interviews I completely blanked on. I did well up until sort of the end, and I learned from my mistakes. And then with one Fortune 500 company, I'd done well, I thought, in the interview. They told me on the phone, unfortunately, you didn't get the job that you went for, but we have another role, and it's a more junior sales role. And I literally snapped their hand off because all I wanted was a chance to work in an environment that could actually sort of uplift me. So when I worked in that company, there was inspiration everywhere. And I saw the sales reps there hitting sales gongs. And if you're not familiar with a sales gong, it's when a sales rep actually closes a deal in the company and they get to hit the sales gong. And there was a big gong and a small gong for sort of a big deal and a small deal. And I found it inspirational. People were clapping, people were shouting the sales rep's name, and it was just absolute chaos and the best kind of chaos. And I also saw other sales reps wearing really unique jackets, and only a few people were wearing these jackets. And the jacket actually represented a sales rep closing $1 million quarter, which was very unique in the company at the time. And I just thought, I want that $1 million jacket. So already I started visualizing, I started like fixating on things. And when I set my really first career goals, it was simple and it was all in the sort of present tense. I hit the sales gong by whatever date it was. I'm wearing the $1 million jacket by whatever date it was. And I got promoted by whatever date. So it started setting all these things. And luckily, I'd achieved it because I was so fixated on it. I wrote it down. I looked at it every day. And when I actually got the sales jacket, the $1 million jacket, it was July 2015, whatever date it was. And I still have that jacket today because it actually acted as sort of a metaphor, an analogy for like setting goals and actually achieving it. And it's a reminder that nothing really is impossible if you set your mind to it. And I drew on the inspiration of others as well to help me achieve my goals. And the really important thing is that once again about goals, clarity doesn't come, before or during when you set your goal. It actually comes afterwards. So the big thing is don't overthink it, right? Write down your goals, but also just think about like, who do you want to become as well when you set your goals? Now, if you're following this channel, my name is Gary Daly and I help ambitious professionals regain clarity, confidence, and direction in their life and career. Hit subscribe below and I'll see you in the next video.